Welcome to the Daily Jerry Anderson podcast, where the presenter shares his precious programme space with not only the eyebrow, but with the Fat Boy's doppelganger, Joel Taggart. He's not bitter. Much.
You know the days whenever Pat Jennings used to appear in your programme?
That's right, yeah.
I would love to hear from Pat today.
Well, he was on the programme that day before he was actually on Talkback, wasn't he?
Yeah, I was on with the little Wendy girl. I was talking
Austin.
to Wendy. Yeah.
It's lovely to hear from Pat with his 119 caps for Northern Ireland. The glory days, the glory years.
Yeah, it's nice to hear from you too, Jolie.
Yeah. How are you, Pat?
Well, a little lonely now. The phone doesn't ring anymore, you know.
You're still talking to Ivan?
I miss the lads. I miss the lads. Well, it's a long time since I had it.
I remember you pouring your heart out to Jerry on the programme, maybe a year ago now, when you were looking just for that one last game.
Yeah. You know, it's rather sad, like, you know, you sit at home, you've got all your caps all around you, and you've got your medals, like, and you've got the photographs, like, of the lads, you know.
You must have a big house to have 119 caps all sitting around you.
It's a big head.
I wonder where this is going.
You see, he can't keep it up. He can't keep it up. A story of my life. Viewing figures for the BBC and UTV have declined by one following Mr Coyle's decision to withdraw from his role as a TV viewer. He attempts to blame the presenter for the latest scheduling horrors. The presenter won't hear of it.
You put me off television. You made me stop watching television.
I didn't make you stop watching television.
Would you advise me?
I advise you not to watch it, but why don't you just let on you've seen things? That's what everybody else does. Pretend you've seen something.
Which I turned on a football programme last night, and it was on ITV, and they were showing the highlights of a match that was played the night before.
So that's no good to
anyone. A match
anyone.
that was on television.
A match that had already been on live?
Yeah.
And showing that. Well, you see, that's the kind of thing that we're up against.
Said, what's going on? And they put Joe Mahan back to 11:30.
What?
And they put the wee men, FM Belfast. That was on at 11:30 as well, too.
That was on BBC Two as well.
Yeah.
Was that not on BBC One before?
I don't know, but I missed it. Because I turned it over trying to find it. And they were just ending. I was annoyed.
I know. It's terrible, the things that they do.
Isn't it?
Anyway, the number to ring. No, but we'll keep watching television.
Listen, there's a lady on the phone who needs your help.
Really?
Yes.
So quickly?
Yes.
Good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, how are you? I believe you need my help.
Yes, I hope I'm not on the radio.
Yes, you are.
No.
Yes, you are. You're on the radio. Do you not want to be on the radio? Seriously, I can take you off if you don't want to be on.
No.
You don't want to be on?
No.
Oh, it's all right then. Okay, bye. I thought you handled that well, Sean. The presenter has never been slow in highlighting his broadcasting faults, some of which have crossed the line into personal insults. It's not something he's proud of, but honesty is his watchword.
Did you ever hear this expression? You're getting very broad in the beam. Did you?
Yes.
Girls would say that too.
Getting broad in the beam. You should never say that. But the worst thing I ever did.
The
worst thing I ever did. The worst thing I ever did. And I cannot tell you. I did this on the air, but there was a reason for it. But I'll explain that later. But I did this in real life. You know, on the air is not real life. When you're broadcasting, it's not real life. But when you're walking around doing your daily business, I actually did this. I met a person whom I knew, a female person. I won't name her because it's very embarrassing. And without thinking, I said to her, "Oh, you're pregnant," because she had a protruding belly. And she said, "No, I'm not." There's no way back from that.
No.
How would you get out of that? It's these glasses. There's no way you get out of that.
That's the second time you did that.
Well, I did that on the air. I did it on the air years and years ago. I did that.
I was there with you.
Did I do maybe 3 times? Well, when was the time you were there?
No, what's the time?
I was going to tell you the first time I ever did that was when you weren't there. It was my early broadcasting career when I was but a boy broadcaster, and I was Walter's gopher. Walter used to do this programme between 9 and whatever it was, and every once in a while he would come to Derry Stoke Londonderry, and I, of course, was engaged in another smaller programme, like your own, in BBC Radio 4.
Did I inherit the wee programme from you?
Pardon?
Did I inherit the wee programme from you?
No.
Were you one of the...
Oh, no.
No.
I used to do a little programme between 9 and 10 in the morning on BBC Radio 4. Nobody inherited it. Right. When I left it, they scrapped it.
Oh, right.
because he said we can't let that happen again. Anyway, Walter used to come up here and he would do his programme. And he would do an outside broadcast. You know the way Hugo does them all now?
Mm-hmm.
How you doing?
All right.
How you doing? Have I got that right?
I don't know.
How you doing? Now you just start up really high. How you doing?
Emma says no, whatever that means.
It's not right. What's wrong with it? Ask Emma to tell me what's wrong with it.
Don't know.
How you
Anyway.
doing?
Back to
I
Walter.
think that's it. How you doing? Isn't that it? I'm too heavy on the doing. I was doing, how you doing? It's, how you doing? See, the wee doing is an expression of care and concern. The first, what you say, how you doing, is surprise and then concern. Oh, it's good to see you. Oh, hi, but how are you? How you doing?
I'll phone Willie Crow.
Ask him to do it.
I'll ask Willie Crow. He's from Strabane.
He knows how to do it.
Okay. Or
Good
Willie
luck, good luck,
Crow's
good luck,
listening.
good luck, good luck.
Anyway.
Hello,
Walter.
hello. How you doing? How you doing? What age are you, missus? What age are you, missus? 92, 92. Who's the right fellow beside you? Who's the right fellow beside you? My husband, my husband. What? You may as well keep him now, you may as well keep him now. How you doing? Anyway, we were talking about outside broadcasts. Anyway, Walter sent me to Altnagalvin Hospital to the maternity ward. And he was sitting here in the studio. It was something to do with babies and that kind of thing. You know, they send you out to do stuff. And he said, well, I want you to walk around and talk to the ladies. And, you know, ask them about their babies and stuff. Is everything okay and that kind of thing? So I'm doing that. So I'm roaming the corridors, looking for babies and women, which, you know, is what I do at the weekend anyway, just leave out the babies. And this woman waddled up the corridor with a huge belly. You know, when I walked up to her live on the radio, and I said, when's your baby due? She said, I had it 4 days ago.
And that's the same story. That was me and you. Had nothing at all to do with Walter Love.
You're doing everything.
That was my...
I must have done it again then.
No, it was my wee programme on the afternoon, and you and I were sent to Altnagalvin around Christmas time.
That's a lie. The presenter and Mr. Coyle have many things in common, apart from golf, painting the house and money. But a shared history has left a bond which will never be broken unless he's sacked by the BBC. We have a childhood in common, even though we grew up separately. You're in the poorer part of town.
Yeah.
But all our memories are identical.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if I say to you now something which I won't mention because it'll mean nothing to anyone else, you would know what I meant. If I said the bullies,
Yes.
you know what I mean.
Yes, yes.
Just
yes.
people
But
like
I was
say
never
to-
in the bullies.
Neither was I.
There you are.
But everybody used to talk about it. The bullies were people used to go out to court.
Yes, but we don't.
We never
know.
had any women.
No,
Nobody would
And
ever
we
go with
also
us.
another place where people went, we never went, was Brayhead.
I never went there
We
either.
don't know anything about it, but we
I
know
used to-
all about it.
We used to spend lots of time saying to women, do you want to go out to Brayhead with me?
Aye.
No. Would you like to go to the bullies with me? No!
Now you were of an age that would have taken girls for a walk in the country.
No.
Let's say. Yes, you did. Did you ever lie in ditches?
No, I was never a ditch man.
Were you not?
I was a back lane man.
Do you remember stories were
No,
told
but you must have... Hold on a minute now.
about girls taking off their coat, or a man taking off his coat and putting it in the ditch?
Well, that's...
You
You can understand that.
Would that
yeah.
have been more for sailors? Do you know what I mean? Do you know, would have been visiting men to the sea? You know what
Visiting men?
or did the likes of you do it, and your older brothers? And my
I never
older brothers?
did it. No, you see, you must remember that I left this city when I
But
was
were you never
7.
a ditch man?
No, I was never a ditch man. No,
you not?
no, I left the city when I was 17.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at that time, do you know the way people were going with each other when they're 12 and 13?
No, we were still playing cowboys then.
That's what I mean. But see, now it's different.
I was wearing short trousers up to I was 15, I think.
I wore mine until I was 23. No, but at that time, you only actually started to kind of, experiment. And I mean, like, just a peck.
What do you mean? Experiment.
You know, coating is the word
Yes.
I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think back what I was like when I was 16. And you'd only you'd be making hesitant steps towards the opposite sex when you're 16. So I left the city when I was 17. So I had no time to get a ditch. I had no time, but I'll tell you what, I moved on rapidly. As soon as I got out of here, things happened very quickly.
See, there's all sorts of
I was an
stories.
innocent... When I left here, I was,
What?
the V word.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, very annoyed. Very annoyed that I'd never had my coat down. The nighttime excursions of Mr. Coyle may be putting some people off visiting Derry/Londonderry and its surrounding district, villages and ghost estates. This leads to a discussion on TV remote controls and the shortcomings of those fine individuals whose livelihoods depend on them. My wife, my son and myself are heading to Donegal for a wedding today. We are staying in Buncrana, but I'm concerned that as we try to sleep tonight, a shadowy figure may be peering through our window. I tried to guard against the problem by getting a room on the first floor, but rumour has it that Sean now carries a ladder with him on his evening walks. Should I worry? Keep her lit till we get out. Roger from near Larne, queuing in Ballymena Mart to sell some basties. Do you still wander around at night and look in people's windows?
Yes.
Have you got your...
Not so much in the clear nights. But the nights are now getting darker. You notice now the nights are fading now. The light's fading.
Yes.
9 o'clock now. It's over.
The dimming of the light.
So once the dark nights come in, I'll be walking again.
Did you ever take
golf now?
Did you ever take on board the suggestion of a listener that you take out with you each night an international television channel changer? So when you're looking in the window, if you don't like what the people are watching, you can change the channel?
It's not a bad idea.
Oh, wouldn't it be great, that?
Oh,
I would love to do that. Imagine if you were going past somebody's house and they're watching, the One Show. You could change it over to Channel 4 News. Great. John Snow would love that. Jerry, please take that...
Can I ask you something now?
Of course you can.
You
can say anything to me.
You're a man who worked in television. Works on television, I beg your pardon.
There's many exciting things coming up.
Yes, exactly. Like what?
I can't tell you yet.
Why does Frank Mitchell insist on telling you his name after he reads the weather?
Because he needs you to know. You see, this is why people
does he do that? No. He's the only weather forecaster who tells you his name.
No, he's insecure. See, the reason why people go on television... Now, I've always said this, and I hope I don't bore people. There are two types of people in this world. People who are normal and people who aren't. Now, most people who go on television are not normal, nor are stand-up comedians.
Now, you're television now, remember?
No, but
you're radio and television.
No, I never wanted to be on television.
But it doesn't matter. I'm on television.
No, I'm talking about people who enjoy being on television. That's a different thing. Other people go on television for different reasons. I go on television for money.
Right.
And because people ask me to do things, and if they're interesting, I do them. But I also... give you money as well. I don't like being on television. But there are people who would die if they're not on. Gabo. Ryan Tubridy.
Gabo tried to do without it, but couldn't.
No, he couldn't do without it.
He couldn't do without it.
He wanted to be president instead, and then he realised he did no peace.
He missed the old roll it there, Roisin.
Roll it, Roisin.
He missed that, didn't he? Yeah.
And another thing, stand-up comedians and television presenters have much in common because ordinary people, like you and me, we're content if maybe one person loves them. If one person, your wife, I know your wife loves you. I don't know why.
Does she?
She does. Yeah, she told me the other day.
Yeah,
when we're having a wee drink in Birmingham. No, it was a weekend thing.
That's all.
No, but she loves you, and that makes you content, doesn't it? It contents you.
Right.
But see, stand-up comedians and people on television want everybody to love them. Everybody. And it's not good. If 100 people love them, what's wrong with the other people? Do you not love me? Do you not love me?
But a weatherman doesn't. A weatherman shouldn't demand that attention.
Frank is not a weatherman.
I know he's
Frank
not.
was a weatherman because there were no other things to do. Frank needs to be on television. He doesn't care. Frank would juggle on television if there was nothing else to do. And that's why he tells you his name, because he needs you to know his name. And I'm not saying anything wrong with Frank, although there's much wrong with him.
No, there's not.
Nobody joking. Yeah. Do you not take a joke? Jerry, please take that.
I hope Frank can.
The lawyers can. Thank you for listening. I shall return in 3 weeks' time when the world is a better place because of what I've done.